Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, otherwise known as Fifi La Pew Pew. This one is located on the northeast corner of Arctic Region under the command of graldebarantauro of the FYD clan. It's quite a mouthful, his name. Obviously he likes Aldebaran, which is in the Taurus constellation, and it's a giant red, so that's why it's GR Aldebaran. Now, actually, Aldebaran's in the news. Rather large red giants are in the news recently, because it's now believed that Betelgeuse, it's a star that's actually a big red giant in the Orion constellation, and it's believed that it's not about to supernova, it's actually swallowing another star, and that's why they think it keeps fluctuating. Well, you can see here that Aldebarantauro is actually finding his way over to a very odd corner of the map to start from in a PP. Most stay near the cap area, but he's actually electing to move over to this the north edge of the map and to shoot at the enemy tanks trying to come through that route. Okay, he's ready to shoot. Aiming at the enemy tanks that might be just through the pass. There is an enemy tank to the south. It's an M5A1 Stuart. In fact, we can see him disappearing down the gully, being chased by one of our AECs. We fire a round in ahead of his path. Oh, it actually just missed. It didn't actually hit, but... And there's another M8A1. And he's out the game just like that because he stayed still too long. And this 105mm howitzer is capable of doing 410 alpha, 53mm of pen, and it's got a 1.91 meter burst radius. So M8A1s have got very thin armor and they can be penetrated, in which case they can be wiped out with one shot. We've got another one here. Again, he's staying still and allowing us to dial in. Now, can we get a direct hit and wipe him out? Yep, we can. That's how deadly this Arty is. If a tank stays still long enough, they get wiped out. So 2 kills already for Aldebarantauro. Now our team has burst through, but they found another tank, a leopard, and we're moving to a position so we can shoot at that leopard. There he is. He's just been tracked, but he pulls back, only just, runs into a wreck. And now he's a wreck as well. Got wiped out in the end by the AMX-13 FL11. Now it looks like there's plenty of enemy tanks on this side of the map, but loads of them. So we're going to have a bit of fun here because they don't seem to realise how close they are to an Arty, especially an Arty that can wipe them out with one shot. Okay, they're both going up. 2 tanks have gone up onto the rise. Let's put this Strodney out of his game. He's back in the garage. That's 3 kills. Going for the Largo now, who's backed off a bit, but doesn't stop him getting hit. He must realise now he's in a lot of danger. He will know that that's an Arty hit, but he doesn't realise how close that Arty is, and now he's back in the garage himself, scratching his head and wondering how the Arty got the kill on him. He probably thought he was in a safe position, but he wasn't safe. Well, we're moving up to try and get a bit closer, but there is a Valentine anti-tank only a short distance away. Now, if we can get sight of him, we can wipe him out. We know he was last seen around about that spot there. We need our teammates to find out where he is. He's probably hiding behind that tree there, the fallen tree. There's an AEC right up at the pass. Now, the team allowed him to get too close. And he's now gone around the corner, which is going to make it kind of difficult to shoot at him. Backing up to get the angle right. You can take him now. But so long as he hides behind the wrecks, there's the Valentine. Okay, so they are relatively close. I wouldn't chase after the AEC. I'd go after the Valentine first. Get rid of him. He's more static. Now, can we get a shot in? Oh, and now here comes the AEC round the corner. And that shell hit the wreck. Now we have been spotted, and the enemy Arty might try to hit us. He's also a BP. The AC kills our looks, and now the enemy Arty's trying to get us, and narrowly misses. And this puts us in a very defensive position. We missed the AC with the first shot, but he's going to run in a straight line mainly because he's a wheeled vehicle. And there you go, we got him with the next shot. We did take a round from the AC, and Arty's firing again, just in front of us. Okay, the Valentine is just round the corner. Arty's firing again. Valentine goes down, but we did take some splash damage from the enemy Arty, but he's going to lose sight of us very shortly because there's no enemy tanks in sight. Ooh. Well, damaged on the tracks, but we've got an M10 RBFM trying to get closer to us. He's just come out of the gully, and he's attacking a T80 on our team. See the enemy RT still focusing on us, but now he doesn't know where we are. That rock's in the way, but we do have a shot. Go for it. Just over the top. Try again. You can take this guy down. Adjust. Rounds out. Yep, that's a kill. So that's 7 kills now. He's got his top gun, and he's on the way to getting a Radley Waters. There are 4 tanks up on the enemy. Tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks in it, by the way. He could actually start moving towards the enemy now. In fact, I suspect that the enemy is going to be fairly scarce near their cap area because they seem to be attacking, even though they've only got 4 tanks left. The only tank that seems to be back at their base is their Arty, and because you can see where the AMX-40 is, and we know where the Skoda and the Valiant are. Therefore, it seems that the only Arty the only tank on the enemy team must be their Fifi, and he must be near their cap. Nice shot on the Skoda. Can do him again. Oh no, he fired too soon. He was going to pull back. But there's the Valiant. Okay, hit the Valiant hard. No, he's gone for the Skoda, and then he changes back to the Valiant. A lot of indecision here coming from Aldebarantauro. Stick with the target, focus on it. That's it, go for it. Now. And that was a heat round. He's loading heat again. He should be able to get through the armor on a Valiant with heat. Fires one in, blind, gets a hit. Now we can see the AMX-40 to the south of us. And in fact, the enemy Arty has now been spotted by our AMX-13FL11. But this game could turn around very, very quickly. He's firing heat. He should be firing HE. There's the enemy Arty, who's going after our M10. Again, not giving enough lead on the target. This is a 2.6 seconds delay. Need to work out exactly where to fire at in order to get on. That was a direct hit on the rear of the enemy Fifi. So we're now down to just a 1 tank lead. And note the enemy Arty has now changed position. We still have plenty of ammo, but the problem is we can't see where the enemy Arty is. Okay, there's still 4 left on the enemy team. One of their tanks has now got close to our cap area, and our team seems to be ignoring that, and our M10 is about to die. In fact, he has died. Okay, the Valiant managed to get all the way to the cap area. It looks like that round that hit him, the heat round, actually only hit the tracks, but that was a direct hit. Okay, well, he's in the cap area, and our teammates are ignoring it. They're going after the AMX-40, the Duck. And now Aldebarantauro's doing the same. Now, he should be headed towards the cap area. He's got a better view range than the Valiant, so he can drive there and spot the Valiant and then shoot him without being spotted. And sadly, he's not doing it right. No, you've got to play your Arty right. Play to your strengths. You've got better view range than the Valiant has. And if you don't get there soon, he'll win. Our teammates are ignoring the enemy. They're so focused and tunnel vision on that AMX-40 that they're totally ignoring the fact that they're about to lose the game. Thankfully, graldebarantauro is not ignoring it, but he needs to head directly towards the cap. He hasn't got enough seconds to even think about going on a deviated route. You have to go straight in, otherwise you are going to lose this game. Don't stop at all. If you don't spot him, you're going to lose. And I think you are definitely going to lose now, because I think you've left it too late. He realizes he's got to go straight in, but he's left it too late. And now we're down to 10 seconds. No chance. Yep, you've left it too late. There's the Valiant. And it's 1 second, and he's won the game. And it's a reset was just too late. Oh dear. Well, it's very sad that that game ended up in a defeat, because it didn't need to go that way. It could have been a win, and in fact, graldebarantauro might have actually ended up with a defender medal as well, but sadly he dawdled, he stopped. He didn't think about actually going straight to the cap to try and get that reset, and as a consequence, he lost the game. He did get an ace tanker out of that game. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 19. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and he also got a top gun for getting at least 7 kills, or at least 6 kills rather. In fact, if he killed the Valiant in the cap, that would have been a Radley Waters as well as a defender. So yes, I'm sadly missed out on 2 medals that he could have actually taken. But let's have a look at team score and see what else he got. Well, definitely got the highest damage, 2,682. Second highest damage was the 105 leFH18B2 on the enemy team. He got 1,534 hit points. And the third highest damage, well, that went to the AEC, who managed 1,115. When it came to kills, graldebarantauro got that. 7 kills to him, 5 kills to the enemy Arty, and everyone else either had 1 kill or nothing. So they were the only ones with multiple kills. And when it came to base XP, it's the enemy Arty who comes out on top. Yes, the enemy Fifi managed 839 based on the fact that his team won. Second place was graldebarantauro with 795. And third place went to their Valiant, who's the guy who capped out. And he got an Invader medal as well because he capped out and got the full 100 hit capture points. He got 765 base. He fired 33 rounds, so he had plenty of ammunition left at the end of the game, because you get 50 rounds to start with. Got 15 direct hits on the enemy, 6 penetrating shots, and 9 splash. Damage of 2,682, of which 2,034 were at more than 300 meters. So quite a lot of damage, 600 hit points of damage done at very close range. Now let's have a quick look and see which ones were penetrated. Well, he penetrated the M8A1. No big surprise, very thin armor, and he wiped him out. The M10, again, thin armor, wiped him out. The Strodny Viz 39 hit him on the side where his armor's fairly weak, and again, he went down. The Largo, another one, sat there wondering why he was being hit by Arty, took 2 shots, and one of those penetrated him. And the AEC also took a round and went down. And of course, there was another M8A1 who was hiding on the cliff edge. Actually, he was a bot. You can see there was a number of bots in this game. The ones with colons in front of the name and behind, those were bots. But yes, the M8A1 was also a bot, and he got wiped out. And so 7 penetrations in this game. That's a lot. that's a lot of pens. If you look at the, well, 6 penetrations, I should say, actually. He also received 1 hit. It was a penetrating shot from the AEC, and 3 times the enemy Arty managed to make contact with him and actually do damage. 12 enemy vehicles were damaged, 7 were killed, 21 hit points of damage assist. Now, on a free-to-play account, he made a profit of 22,251 credits from that game. He also made 1,767 experience points, but unfortunately, he also got the Achievements Award because, of course, he was a medal winner in a losing or drawn game, but unfortunately, he did lose, and so they lost that game. And I think the lesson you can learn from this one is if somebody's sitting in your cap and you're in an Arty that can only do 28 kilometers an hour, head straight for the cap. Don't sit around. Don't try to dawdle. Don't try to go on a deviating route to try and look from a distance. Just go straight in and get the reset as quickly as you can. Because if the enemy does get to 100 cap points, you are in trouble. As you saw there, he did fire a round in, got a direct hit, but it was too late. The guy had already capped out by then, and all he could do was take the hit points, and that was it. So let's have a look at the second battle that graldebarantauro sent in. The second battle is on the Karelia map, and we're on the southwest spawn. And yet again, there are bots in the game. Again, it's the colon in front of and behind the name that designates they are bots. Game on. Another tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks. Hopefully this time graldebarantauro won't let the enemy win by capping out, but I think it's a lesson we all learn. I've been through that as well. I've made the mistake sitting too far away from the enemy at the point at which they capped out. Thought somebody else would do it, but I have to say as well that graldebaran's team didn't really respond, and they should have responded because they were faster than him. Okay, T28, stationary, rounds out, and direct hit. 30 thin armor, 202 hit points from damage. He's firing at the same spot because he's lost sight of the target. We didn't get to see if that actually hit because he looked away after shooting, and we don't want people to do that because if you do look away, we can't see if you hit them with a blind shot. Okay, sees an M5 Stuart, but he's actually aiming just slightly up. There is an M8A1 somewhere in the bushes, at least as far as we can determine. Plenty of shots are headed towards that M5A1. Again, he's firing blind. There's the T28. He didn't move away. And I don't think we did hit him with the second round. But you can see how many hit points he's lost. Rounds out. There should be a hit. Just missed him. Okay, the M5 Stuart moved up, but he looks like he's headed back. So aim ahead of his path, rounds out, and very close. That's unfortunate because that might have been a hit otherwise. Okay, up on top of the horseshoe, we've got a Cavalier. Okay, Type 95. Just missed him. He really hasn't got anybody spotting that particular spot at the moment, but the Covenanter here is poking out and he's spotted. And I reckon there's probably more tanks up on the horseshoe. That Cavalier's up there. He's going to go to that corner to shoot round the rock. A lot of Arty plays about anticipating where an enemy tank might go, dialing in on that spot and then firing and finding that the enemy tank went there. He just hit the turret of that Covenanter and he did 465 hit points of damage. That means it was a penetrating shot. And he did kill the Covenanter with the next shot, even though he didn't look to see what actually happened to it. Zaddy Micah. Nice flat armor, but that guy moved just as... And he did get hit, so that was a good one. It tracked him, and he's gone down. So he picked up the damage assist off that. M8A1. Now, the enemy has two M8A1s, so that one's probably not the same one we saw out in the field earlier. Because, of course, that that mark is still appearing on the north side of the swamp area. Well, it's difficult getting shots over in that direction at the moment. Oh, now there's something he can hit. That's a B1. Shure B1, of course, is the tank that was used as the chassis for the 105 leFH18B2. Oh, that's a penetrating shot as well. Hit the engine deck and he's out the game. Oh, he just hit the Cavalier who was on that slope there. He's unspotted at the moment, but he was there. And now he's done it again. He's fired and looked away. Don't do that. The problem is at the moment there's far too many enemy tanks out there for us to move forward and try and go to the enemy cap area. In fact, we can see one of the enemy Artys has actually gone up onto the rise just next to the horseshoe, and it's the Bishop. Let's send it around his way. Nice hit. That's a penetrating round. Can we get the kill shot? Rounds out. Yep, that's a kill. Okay, so now he's got 3 kills. He is actually sitting a little out in the open. Enemy tanks could spot him if they get to the south end of the swamp area. So you might want to think about changing. T-34 takes a near miss. Dialing in. Get it ready. Rounds out. That's a direct hit. The standard reload for this Arty is 8.92 seconds, but graldebarantauro's got 7.85, so he's knocked about half a second off. Well, it's more than a second, actually. Well, slightly less than a second. It looks like he's trying to focus on defense of the South Passage. It would be a good idea for him to move to a position where he can get shots on the enemy tanks coming forward. But I actually think that the enemy tanks, the B1 and the Type 95, are probably up the other end of the South Pass. So he might be able to move a long way forward and shoot them. These guys, you can see the scouts, they're moving forward now. The B1's been spotted. There's the M8A1. Okay, stop to take him. He's behind the rock. And he's gone. So we can keep moving. Okay, the Type 95's gone up on top of the horseshoe. That might work against him because we've got 3 tanks going up onto the horseshoe after him. And of course the Type 95 doesn't have much armor. You can't hit the Type 95 from here because that rock is in the way. But if we keep moving forward... Now he's loading a heat round at the moment. You don't need a heat round, but he's actually... I think it was the intuition that selected it. Well, now there's only 1 enemy tank left. It's the KV-1SA, and he was last seen on the northwest corner of the map. The only tank we've got up there is the Excelsior, so we might as well drive straight to the enemy cap, because if the KV-1SA sees the position of the map at the moment, he'll probably want to defend his cap area, and he'll head back that way. Now, something I've always suggested to people, on this map, you can actually closely follow your tanks when they're fighting a battle on this corridor. So long as they are actually holding the enemy to a halt and they're not pushing forward the enemy team, you can actually go into the dip from the south direction and provide very good assistance to your teammates from very close. I've actually done that myself on numerous occasions, and you'd be surprised the effect it has on the enemy, because all of a sudden they've got Arty firing at them at close range, and there's nowhere for them to hide except sit behind a rock. And if they do that, they get taken out by your teammates. So it really does work. Of course, try to use the Arty which are the flattest to do it, because of course flat Arty can hide in that little dip, the little gully. Oh, there he is. The KV-1SA doesn't realize that he's being targeted. This should be fun. Okay, he's gone around the corner. He's attacking the Excelsior. Rounds out. Oh, that was a heat round. Now try it again. Should be able to guess him. Rounds out. Oh, he hit him on the back. And it was a big hit. 341. That's a penetrating shot, low roll. And his second round goes in, but the kill shot came from the Panzer Hydrostat. Here's the end of battle results, and that was another ace tanker game from graldebarantauro in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he got 18. He also got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. He got a Brothers in Arms because he was in platoon with somebody else who got at least 3 kills, and he got 3 kills as well. And on top of that, he got a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, and he got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. In fact, so we can see that he penetrated quite a few of the enemy tanks in this game. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage was 3,263 hit points. That went to Aldebarantauro. Second highest damage was the Panzerkampfwagen Hydrostat, who managed 3,043. He was the platoon. He wasn't our platoon mate in that game. Sorry, he was somebody else's platoon mate. And the third highest damage in the game actually went to the KV-1SA on the enemy team with 2,176 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, the high scorer was the Panzerkampfwagen Hydrostat, who got 6 kills. He got a Top Gun, and he picked up a Fire for Effect, Demolition Expert, Hand of God, Duelist, Bruiser, and a Tanker Sniper as well to go with that Top Gun. And the next highest was Aldebarantauro with, actually it was KV-1SA with 4 kills, and then it was Aldebarantauro with 3, and the Bathtub, the S35CA, also got 3 kills in that game. And when it came to base XP, yes, it's the Hydrostat again who's top scorer. 1,578 went to him. 1,163 went to Aldebarantauro. They were the only 2 players who managed to make it over 1,000 base in the game. And the third highest in this one was the KV-1SA on the enemy team. He managed 661 base out of the game. You can see a lot of the players on our team didn't score so well, but that's because a lot of them were bots, I'm afraid, as you can see from all of those colons before the name and after it. He fired 29 rounds in the game, so he still had plenty of ammo left, 21 rounds spare, 12 direct hits on the enemy, 7 penetrations, and 8 splash. Let's have a look and see which ones he penetrated. Well, he managed to penetrate the Covenanter, the Cavalier, the BT-7, the B-1. He penetrated the Bishop twice, and he also got a penetration on the KV-1SA. In fact, that was the one that allowed the Panzer Hydrostat to actually get the kill shot, because he stripped him of most of his hit points when that round hit the rear of the enemy KV-1SA and let the Hydrostat get the easy shot to take the kill. So very well done on that. Let's have a look at the rest. 3,263 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 3, and did 15 hit points of damage assistance. On a free-to-play account, he earned 93,068 credits for the game, and he also picked up 1,628 experience points out of the game as well. So much better in this one, actually escorting his teammates towards the enemy cap. It does work, actually, doing that, by the way. Try it out if you're in the right game. You should find that your teammates will suddenly get renewed confidence when they realize there's an enemy Arty just sitting behind them, potting the enemy one by one. Hope you enjoyed that battle. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.